Frank, who I became very close to over the years, saying to us, one of the reasons that we're putting the church in this area, because he recognized that we had Kailua already, is there's going to be massive growth of people in this area. And at that time, if you go back to 1965, there were almost no houses in the area where we are now. There certainly wasn't another church that they have there. There was the elementary school, but that was pretty much it where we were starting out. And that was pretty much the history of how we got started. It was very fascinating. And there were a lot of people that started coming after we advertised. We put up a sign, the school let us put up a sign that said future home of the Keolumana Methodist Church. I wish I had pictures of all of that. It was so obvious that we didn't think to take pictures, but that was the first day.
I first learned of Keolumana from my fellow teachers at Alanikai Elementary School, where I taught for several years. They said that a pastor, Don Inlay, had come to their homes to invite them to worship at Keolo Elementary School for the time being, because the church was going to be built on the hillside once the road went through in Keolo. And shortly thereafter, we did meet in our own facility, which turned out to be a godsend because it was just beautiful with classrooms and a supposedly temporary sanctuary, which has become a more permanent sanctuary.
Janet and I were new in the islands, obviously, and while I had ties to a church over on the other side of the island, I realized that I wanted to keep things more local. So our agreement was that we were going to go experiment and attend several different churches and then figure out which one we felt was the best fit. 2 or 3 weeks at a time, just in case the pastor was, visiting somebody else or whatever. But we wanted to come, and Keolumana happened to be the closest one. But the immediate reaction when we came in the door was that this was the family that we don't have locally, but we do now. And it was instantaneous. I mean, right when we walked in the door, everybody was so friendly. The pastor, obviously, everybody loves Pastor Choi. We just felt at home immediately.
And what I remember was being in Sunday school and making the banners with Mrs. Kino, Mrs. Jiong, Mrs. Watanabe, the Browns, Mrs. Choi and Janet Brown, Mrs. Machika Shira, Mrs. Odo, of course, Auntie Reen. And, I look back at that and then I still see the banner at church today. Of course, back then you don't really realize and understand, how to, the value that it brings. I remember going to annual conference one year. I think I was in intermediate school or high school, and I was like, what? I get to go to California? Oh my gosh, it was such a big deal, And then experiencing that wonderful, wonderful worship service that they had, being a part of it. I know that with Piula, who was one of our pastors for an interim part of our time. A really, really great experiences as a youth, and to be humble all these years, and we can totally put ourselves out there, right, and say, oh my goodness, we have done all of this, but we just remain constant in the community and such a quiet force of strength. I think just being across the school from Keolu Elementary, Pastor Joy, you've done so much to build that relationship with the elementary school right across the street from us. And what better way to support the community with just starting with the school across the street. So one other thing I want to say is that I remember the pastors sitting in service, Pastor Wee, Pastor Ron, Pastor Bain, Pastor Chun, Colleen Chun, Pastor Pibulo, Pastor Domingo, Pastor Sione, and now with you, Pastor Joy. And I now realize how amazing storytellers you are. It's not for everybody. To me, it's a skill and it's a talent, that it's so important to be able to tell the stories of the Bible and also share and being so vulnerable to share your own life stories. And I look up to that.
But when the kids were really small, particularly Byron, had a great education program at Keolumana, and that's where they went and got to know Courtney and Mrs. Jiang. They ran a great program, which both our kids went through. So we really appreciated it. But I really got involved with the men. I kind of mentioned that on All Souls Day. All the men at that time were very active, and just a great group of men. I talked about them, Tets and Bob and the whole crew. But I remember they used to run the picnics, the church picnic, which we used to do down at the beach at the Butcher Estate, down there at Kalama. I think that's Kalama Beach Park. Before, and then we moved up. Over time, we kind of migrated up and over to Ho'omaluhia. We did that for a while.
But as a result of Reverend Sam and Cherry Jiang and Jean Aiken, who were willing to help me start the Read to Me program with the partnership of Read to Me International, I decided, I really am enjoying this program where you have the women scheduled to come into our little library in the prison. They would have children's books to pick, just one book. They would record themselves in a little message, read the book, and then say a closing answer reading. And I would mail these books after I listened to the recording to their children as a way for the mothers to stay in contact with their children. What I wanted to do was say thank you to the church, and I would come only at Christmas and maybe Easter. And then I said, I better just go up to the church and thank them at other times. So I would try to go quarterly. And then I started going monthly. And then this is what I am. I'm now here, even though I live in Pololo Valley. And my husband has questions about, do I remember where I live? And I said, yeah, I know, but this is where my church home is. And so what's happened is you welcomed me and you gave me that start. And so for me, what Keolumana did was it widened my horizons rather than just working with my family, going to work, going home, and trying to have fun during my free time. But you also gave me another opportunity when I was blessed to work with each of the pastors, Sam Domingo and Sione, Pastor Choi, and also the fact that you let me go to annual conference. No, I didn't want to even do that. I'm going, why do I want to go to a place that I don't even know anything about? But through the years, it gave me an opportunity to meet people out of state, but also the other Methodist churches that are here from Hawaii that went with me on that trip. It opened my eyes to another horizon. I got involved with United Women in Faith. I got to go to the mainland again. And so each of these opportunities have given me another chance in finding my roots, finding my soul, finding my journey. And I realized that at this age, I should be slowing down, but I can't. And it's all your fault. So thank you, Keolumana.
I guess for us, we joined Keolumana. I think Joshua was pastor at the time that we came. And we had checked out other churches. I think my Shian and I had gone to church together before we had kids, and always went to like really big kind of mega churches. I think we kind of liked the anonymity of that, and didn't really want to get to know people that well because we were constantly moving around. But once we were settling down and having kids and all stuff, we really wanted to have a tight community, and definitely like the smaller feeling of Keolumana, just the warmth that I think everyone's described here, and felt welcomed and loved, and it was just a really great community and culture I think that Keolumana has. And so we became members of the church. Shuyen was baptized there with Pastor Josh, and just have enjoyed our time there. In terms of a funny memory, have really enjoyed our camping trips with the other families, and Hifo and Tavita, Someday we'll have Tavita reenact the Titanic scene where he was singing. He did a great job. And we can always have Hifo also does a really good job with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So I think we have those videos somewhere, but oh man, just so many great fun memories with the kids and the youth and the other families at Keolumana, and those were always good times. Hopefully we have to do them again soon. Yeah, I think for us those are the main things, and obviously continue to want to see the church grow and remain active, and appreciate all the opportunities that the United Methodist Church and Pastor Julie, you provide in terms of being able to coordinate and help us stay involved with our community through Keolumana Elementary and Windward Community College and the UH and the Wesley Foundation, and just all these different things that I think are neat that we're able to still be involved with as a community. I think kind of be the salt and light in the community as much as we can.
I would say Ohana. It's family.
I had the same thing. Keolumana is my spiritual Ohana. And I think as a community church, that's kind of what it means to me.
I was kind of thinking grace and love. I think a lot of that too, just always felt that people were very open and welcoming and kind of come as you are. And, I think we all, obviously as Christians, carry our own sins, but I never felt like that should be a burden in terms of not coming to church. And
I think it's been a sanctuary for me during those moments in my life when so many things were happening and I needed a place to just find solitude. And just by coming on Sunday and listening to the music and praying with the church gave me the strength to go on for the next day.
It really is an extended ohana. And they're there to correct you. They're there to love you. They're there to pick you up when you need it most. And it's such a wonderful, wonderful family to be a part of.
We were away for a while, but we came back and it was like coming back home. And it is still like home. And as people come into Keolumana, we feel that this friendship and this bond that's there extends to all.
It's a place where I can go and be myself and be with people who are truly themselves. A place where you feel safe and you know that people are being genuine in a world where everything is so chaotic right now and so, in many ways, fake. And I'm just happy to be there and enjoy the fellowship and the love and the teaching that goes on. And I look forward to many more years with Pastor Choi. I look forward to a resurgence of our service in our community.
Well, hello everyone. I wanted to say congratulations on your 60th anniversary celebration at Keolumana United Methodist Church, and congratulations to your pastor Joy Yoon for all the work that you are doing together. I am grateful for all the ways that you have cared for the community around you. We are grateful. Just know that I wish I could be with you, and that I'm praying for you, and I'm asking God to give you an extra special celebration where you understand how much you have cared for God's world. Mahalo, I'm grateful. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Aloha mai kako. This is DS Tom Choi wishing you an incredible 60th anniversary. I pray this is a wonderful day for you. I'm so sorry I can't be there in person, but I'm conducting a charge conference today. But I want to wish you happy anniversary to a wonderful congregation with an incredible pastor in Joy Yoon. And I wish you many more years of blessing, peace, and joy. Aloha gumehana.